Hello everyone, welcome back to a very special video. Today we are actually expanding the store. I know I've been talking about expanding the store for months now, but today is the day it's actually happening. Not necessarily for me, but for you at least. I'll put all the days into one video. And I have, at least for this first little phase, I have enough of the supplies I need to at least make the little wall that'll go across this way, and then I'll have to work on the big wall that goes across this way at a different time because I don't have enough supplies for that. But I will be starting that small wall now. Now, if I turn this around, or I guess I show you everything, it is an absolute disaster in here. We just got a package of a ton of boxes, like a ton of boxes. I think 450 different boxes there in these two big boxes. So I have to clean everything up. So that'll be my plan right now. So I'll do a time lapse. I don't know if I'll use the time lapse, but if you see a time lapse, then I shot a time lapse of me cleaning up the garage. If not, you didn't see anything. Alrighty, so I pretty much cleared out everything except for obviously the sides and the corners, and I didn't explain why I have to do this, but what happened is the way we laid out the rug, it goes long ways this way. So it's actually a rectangle, it's not a square, and it comes over here to, you know, past where this new wall is going to be. So to prepare for where the wall's going to go, I don't want the wall sitting on top of this carpet or this rug. So what I actually have to do is I have to rotate the rug 90 degrees. Now, I measured it, and the problem is going to be either, one, I have to go underneath this, which is going to be a pain because this is pretty heavy, I think. Maybe not, I don't know, that might be easy. Or I have to go underneath these shelves. And I'm probably leaning towards going underneath these shelves and just lifting those up and sliding the rug under real easily. But I'm going to try to rotate the rug now. And that'll be task one. Now, it's hard to do this all alone, but yeah, here goes nothing, I guess. So I measured especially wrong because I didn't even think there was a beam in the over here. So this beam, whether or not it's holding up the garage, I doubt it, but it is here because it moves. But I'm not gonna take that out. But I can't really get the carpet underneath that, obviously, very easily. So I guess the only option is to unfortunately lift this up here, and then we'll go underneath there. But that's not gonna be fun. And I must have measured the rug wrong or something because it's longer than I expected, but, you know, what's that thing, like measure once, cut twice, right? That's how it works, right? All right, so good news and a little change. I didn't actually have to put it underneath, and the reason why is I realized that I had more room to push it this way towards the actual wall. Now, I did have to check, and I just verified that the wall size I'm gonna make is gonna go out 2 drawers, and then it'll start to go this way. And this still gives me a good 4-5 inches here where, you know, the actual wall will sit on the ground. Absolute worst case, if the wall sticks out too far for whatever reason, if this doesn't all fit quite right, then, you know, obviously we can push it that way. Hello. But I had a hard time lifting this thing on my own, and I really don't want to take it all off because it's a lot, and come on. I just put all those boxes up there, you know. Also, way too many boxes. I would not recommend buying 450. All right, so now that the rug is resituated, my next goal is going to be to put 4 more of these lights. So I have 4 lights over here, like so, and then there's 1 over here, but this is not the same light, different light. So what my plan is going to be is just as these 4 are arranged, go like 1, 2, 3, 4, so that this half of the garage is lit up. It's kind of hard to tell, especially during the day, but the left side is brighter than the right side. I don't know if that could be seen on camera at all, but that is the case. So obviously there's a window over here as well. I close it usually when I shoot just so there's not like crazy amount of lights coming in, but that does open as well, which is nice. So yeah, I guess now I get to do the lights up there. Alrighty, so that's it for today. And I know to anyone who is not like in the store every day, so probably to most people watching, nothing looked like it's changed. And it did take me a couple hours to do all that, which sounds like a lot of time and stuff. But, you know, I did organize all the bubbles. You guys saw in the time lapse there, the bubbles are, probably half of them went away because, well, more than that, actually. We don't need that many. And then those are all in the boxes, so they don't. The problem was for a while, if I pulled one out, I'd have this string that came out, and then it would just spill everywhere. Now they're all separated. 400 something boxes up there. We rotated the rug, which was a big start. Well, not a big start, but I had to clean everything off in order to do that. And then I got those 4 extra lights up there. And I don't know, I mean, I see a drastic difference. I don't know how much it looks on camera, but all the light on this half of the garage now is much better. So even parting out on, you know, instead of standing on this side of the table, if someone, and we haven't done this in a while, but when all 3 of us would be in here, we'd be parting out on the table together and kind of in separate sections. It'd be darker on this half. So super cool now. I'm gonna be done for the day, but I'm not done for the video because, you know, well, that'd be kind of a pathetic update video. So yeah, I'm gonna be done, and then we're gonna take hopefully tomorrow to get at least the small wall up. I don't think I have enough wood. Actually, I know I don't have enough wood for the larger wall, but we'll at least get the small one up, and hopefully all the drawers mounted on that tomorrow or in just a minute for you guys. Here we are, day number 2 of the expansion. I think I'm gonna finish it today, actually. So I skipped a day. So yesterday I actually didn't do anything. I had to pack orders and stuff, so I didn't actually get to building the wall or anything. But we have some wood now. So we had, this is all stuff that I had already. And it's like 5 or 6 2x3s and a couple 1x3s. And then a couple 1x2s. Those really won't get used. And then Paul went to Home Depot. He needed something, and I was like, hey, if you're going. And he got some more 2x3s and then some 1x4s, which would be the preferable, you know, thing to mount the drawers on. So the goal now is I'm going to start with the small wall because that's what we have a ton of drawers for. Now we do have extra drawers. Some more came today or yesterday, and now there's more of those. So we can actually start putting drawers on this wall that'll go here. But obviously first we're going to start with this little wall right here. So I'm going to go open the garage, and I'm going to use the driveway. So I'm not cutting and, you know, getting sawdust all in here, because that would be not good for the stock of Lego, obviously. So yeah, let's do that. I might do a time lapse. I got to see where I can set up a camera out there, but yeah, let's do it really quickly, I guess, before I actually cut it and all the stuff. This is for the small wall. This is kind of the you know, sketch, I guess, for it. We got 75 inches tall. It'll actually be 78 because this is a 2x3 up here that goes across, and this is a 2x3 there. So the 2x3 actually lays on the ground, and then these beams are built off of that. Same thing up here. This actually goes all the way across the top. So it's technically 78 inches tall, and that'll make it so it matches exactly the height of those 4 drawers, and then obviously it touches the ground to create the wall. And then it's 54 inches wide, and that is so that we can add 2 drawers here, you know, there and there. And then of course we need the space here, and then it has to connect to the extra wall that'll come out this way. So that gives us the room to do that, and then it gives us enough room to connect back all the way to the wall there. Now there's a small little concrete thing here. Being that that's there, it'll actually hit the concrete, and then we'll put a piece of another 2x3 in between the concrete, or, you know, the gap there to make it hit the wall. But I'm not going to cut that piece because that can kind of be used with scraps that are left over later. But that 54 inches will give us all the way across so we can connect it to the wall that'll go here. And then, so this is the cut list. I need 3 75-inch 2x3 pieces and then 2 54-inch pieces. And then whatever I have left over, some more scrap, we will use and make a couple supports that go across the middle like that. So that's the plan. So now let's go cut the wood. All right, so I put this frame in here. It's not actually attached yet, but it lays out pretty nicely. And of course we'll have the 2 drawers like that. Now, like I said, there's that concrete little block down there. So we'll have to stick another 2x3 in there, and then this will get secured to the wall. I have to move these boards before I can actually secure this because I have to have enough room to put the other drawers there. And then the plan, I think, for the other wall will be something like this. And this will be only part of it, I think, where it's 68 inches long, which actually will only go to about here. So if you look at the whole wall, it'll only go to about halfway between that drawer and that drawer. So halfway in this drawer here, which will then allow me to go up and attach it to the beams up there. And I think I'm going to build a second frame, which will continue this way. And again, I'll have it go up one more time. So I'm actually going to build 2 frames. I'm going to start with this one. It'll be 78 inches tall by 68 inches wide. And then we'll see how that one fits, and then if I want to attach it to the top there, right there, or if I want to move it over a little bit. Alrighty, so I have the second beam in, or the second, I guess, wall in, and you can see it looks like this. And essentially, you know, we have that wall back there and then this wall here. Now my plan, like I said, is to go, and I know the wood's split there a little bit, not great, but whatever. I'm gonna put a 1x3 here that'll go all the way up to hit that beam right there, and it's lined up with that, or just about. If I need to put like a 1x2 in between or something to shim it, that'll be the plan. But that'll go all the way from the ground to the very top, and it'll screw into the side of this. And then I'm gonna build one more small wall, kind of like that wall, but about half the size or so. 2/3 of the size, and it's going to go out to about here. Obviously this stuff's not going to be here, so there'll be a good 3.5, almost 4 foot walkway there. And then right here, once more, we're going to go straight up to that beam at the top there. The rafters are a disaster, but I have the lights up. So yeah, so my plan, I think, for these is to marry these two together kind of at this angle here with these brackets. I'm going to stick the brackets on the other side of it. So essentially, you know, it'll be on this side here, and then it'll be on this side here. So this is what I mean. I mean the little bracket that'll go here. So I just did that, and they're nice and connected now. Now, the brackets were a little bit bigger than I anticipated, so there is actually a gap here now. Not a gap, but a space where I can mount the 1x4 this way, and then I can continue that way as we do it with that one. So essentially now, the being the bracket was, you know, 1/2 inch too big, there will be a little bit more of a gap between these drawers. Maybe not that large, but something like that. In terms of this, when they're, you know, like that, which is totally fine. Not too concerned about that. It's better that there's a small gap there, obviously, than there be no gap or something, and then the drawers touch or something along those lines. So now what I need to do is actually, I need to move the pegboard, and then this needs to get secured to the wall. Just kidding, have a different plan. Instead of mounting this or securing it to the wall right now, I'm gonna actually mount the boards across it to mount the drawers on top of, because if I didn't do that right now, then when I put this against the wall and screw it to the wall, there's going to be no room for me to get a drill in between here and here pretty much and screw in the board to this beam. So I'm actually going to mount these first, and I'll cut some more. I think what I'll do for this little wall here is I'll do 2x3s. Sorry, not 2x3s. The 1x3s that I have left over. And then on this large wall, I will do 1x4s because we only have so many 1x4s. And then we don't have anything for this side yet, but we can do this side later once we have more drawers. All right, so this is now secured to the wall, nice and tight. So this little portion of this wall is not moving here. This one will move, and if I wiggle kind of back and forth, it'll change. So what I need to do is secure this piece straight up to that rafter right there. And I'll do that by putting another 2x3 right here. That'll go straight up, and then we'll figure out how to make it tight up there so this thing isn't moving. And then from there, the plan will be to build one more, like I said, one more little wall. It'll kind of go here. And then again, we'll have one more beam that goes up to the same rafter actually up there. So let's figure out how to attach this up there. All right, so I finally attached it. Took a little while to kind of figure out what I even wanted to do. But essentially what happened is I ended up I just did this small 2x3 down here. Now this is just for a buffer, so when the next kind of wall goes up next to it, you know, it doesn't hit this part and then be weird because this piece is here. So if that makes sense, there is a gap here, and then we'll have another whole 2x3 on part of the wall that'll hit this side and the bottom there. And then I had this one extend up to the top here. And then what I just did was I used a bracket, not in the way it's intended to be used at all, but it'll do the job. You know, this isn't really a supporting wall. It's not carrying a ton of weight. So at least up here now, I think I just got a splinter. This doesn't move. It is nice and tight in there. You can see it's screwed down right there. And then, of course, into there, and then there is actually some tension underneath here, so it is kind of pushing up on that a little bit, so it's not just that bracket holding it. There is kind of gravity helping as well. So now what I need to do, it's like 7 p.m. So you know, that's not cool, but I'm gonna try to build the other small wall real quick. Hopefully I can do that in a decent amount of time, and then you know, before it gets dark is I guess what I mean by decent amount of time. And then I can put that in and maybe even start to get some of the drawers mounted over here before the sun goes down. If not, that's okay. I'll just be here late putting some drawers up. So yeah, let's go build that other wall. go. So we attached this wall now. What I did was I screwed it together with 4 screws. So it is sturdy. You know, it's not moving because this, but of course the end over here can move a little bit because it's not secure. So what I'm going to do, and I accounted for this when I measured, and if you saw in the time lapse, I cut these top pieces. I don't know how well you can see in time lapse, but I cut these top pieces to, what did I need? I think I needed 37 inches. And then I decided I was going to cut 1.5 inches off because one of 2x3 is 1.5 inches. So I'm going to put that one more right here. It'll go straight up just like this one does to the top. And then that'll make it nice and secure there. So this wall won't wiggle like it is now. So I'm going to finish that. And then I'm really low on screws. Well, no, that's not true. I have a lot of these screws. That was a bad example, but I have a lot of the large screws. I need a lot of these screws in order to mount the drawers. So I think what the plan will be is it'll be to mount the drawers on this wall if I can, as long as I have enough screws. And then that'll be it for the day. I don't have enough drawers to do this large wall. Oh, I do have to mount the 1x4s on this wall as well. And then hopefully I'll be done. So my goal, right now it's about 8:15. So my goal is that hopefully, let's say maybe 9:30 I can have, you know, all the 1x4s across and the drawers mounted. I'll do the 1x4s first so I'm done cutting and stuff outside. I'm done making noise before hopefully 9, and then and yeah, we can mount some drawers, and then that's it. The expansion is not done, obviously. It'll be a work in progress, but yeah. So I'm gonna mount that beam up now. Okay, so this wall is now completely attached up there. It is not moving at all. And then what I did is I cut all the wood pieces that we're gonna use and stick on the sides, and we have the 1x4s. Now what I figured is these 1x4s, we don't necessarily need a 1x4 at the top because the bottom, you know, there's no bottom to connect to, if that makes sense. So instead I'm just gonna stick a 1x3 up top because that's what I have. And so that'll be like that. And then I'll continue the 1x4, 1x4, and then at the very bottom, just a 1x2, just because, you know, it just really is so the drawer doesn't bend and lean against the wall behind it. So I cut it all for each of these areas, and now I'm just going to attach them, and then we're done. You can attach the drawers then. And there it is. It's all up, and I mounted as many of these as I have. It looks like we will need 3 more 1x4s to go on this side. We are very far from having enough drawers to fill up this entire side of the wall. Right now we have the 8 to do here, so we'll finish those, and then we actually have 1 for up there. And I think there's 3 more on their way, maybe 2 more, I don't really know, to be honest. So we can fill up 1 more column, but we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 more columns on this side of 4, so 20 more drawers, 16 more drawers, wow, math. And then we can start doing this side, so we should have plenty of time to get a few more 1x4s to finish this section over here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What I'm going to do now is vacuum up, because I had to drill some holes and stuff. So there's some dust everywhere. I'm going to vacuum all that up to hopefully clean up the garage again. And then after that, I'm going to mount a few, probably at least the 8 drawers on that back wall. And then that'll be it for the night. All right, so I just finished vacuuming the garage. I decided to do the entire garage instead of just, you know, the little area where I made a mess. But it is now 11:40. Now, that didn't happen from 9:15 or whatever to 11:40. I did some stuff in the middle where I just didn't actively pay attention. I may or may not have parted out a set. I took a little break. But pretty much I'm not going to have time to put these drawers up because that small little poly bag took a lot longer than I expected it to. So unfortunately, those aren't going to be added tonight because I do have a meeting in the morning and it's 11:40. It'll be midnight probably by the time I clean up and get home. So I would like to go to bed at a decent time tonight. Now, a cool thing, actually, I have to edit this video, then I can go to bed. So I won't go to bed at a decent time tonight. Anyway, down here where the ladder is right now and where like that orange toolbox is and some extra pieces of wood, there is a good amount of space, probably about a 2x4 foot area between the garage door and the wall where we can kind of store some stuff, boxes, because we've got way too many boxes. So we'll store some things there, which is kind of cool. We got more storage, even though we didn't really actually get more storage. So that's kind of exciting. And then, of course, obviously, now we're able to more than double our inventory, in theory. At least we're able to more than double the amount of drawers we have. So, you know, that should double the piece count or so, meaning we can probably fit up to about 300,000 pieces in our store, maybe more. Really depends, I think, on the bins, the bin situation. So obviously these really depends how far or how fast those fill up. We do have a few more spaces. We could probably fit, 27 more bins on that shelf, which is good. So we do have space for there. But yeah, in this video I did a lot, actually. I forgot I put the lights up in the beginning of this video the other day. And then we got the wall all set up. And the only thing I have to do before we can put more pieces in is put the drawers up and put the stickers on the drawers. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I really appreciate how fast and how crazy awesome this channel is growing to be. Super cool, and I love everyone who's commenting and being a part of it. So as always, if you have any questions, put them in the comment section below, as always. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't subscribed, click the subscribe button for more BrickLink informational things and stuff like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.